Hey, are you curious to know about data science and know whether it is the right fit for you? In this video, I'm going to show you what data science is, what are the steps involved in a day-to-day life of a data scientist and a data analyst. And then you can take a call whether or not this particular field is for you or not. So let's get started. Data science typically begins with a business problem. If there are no business problems, then data science does not exist. So it starts with a business problem, and the questions can be typical: why are the sales down? Right? And so data scientist or data analyst will typically go into the problem statement and identify the problem statement and get to the root of it, basically to understand the problem well. Then, on the second stage, what he will do is try to gather the data that is relevant to this particular problem. Now, why do we gather data? We want to check whether which department is doing good sales, which city is doing good or bad, which products are doing good or bad, which product category is doing good or bad. And so we try to gather as much data as possible around the sales information. And so when we gather that, typically we gather the data from different sources, and it can be on like a SAP system, which is a ERP. It can be on SQL databases, right? Applications, and many other places. So we gather data from different data sources and then store it in a place where we can then do something about it. And that is the next step. That is, we clean the data or process the data such that we can find answers from this particular data. And no data is ever straightforward to use. You need to do a lot of massaging. So you basically join data, clean data, summarize, and so on. So basically you take the data and ensure that there is basically some meaningful information within it so you can get to the root cause of why sales are down. The fourth step then is to do some exploration on data. So exploration can be basically you summarize the information, or you look at just the specific areas that are in problem within the problem statement, and you basically identify or explore the data or what particular summaries sort of help you answer why the sales are going down. And it can be as simple as some products are not selling, some product categories are not selling, there is probably some stores are not functioning, there is the supply is short, and so many reasons, right? So you find certain reasons of why sales were down, and we get answers. Okay, but here's the different step where it will differ for data analysts and data scientists. In the fifth step, what we do is then we model the data, right? Model data through ML algorithms to predict something. Either you predict the sales into the future, or you identify what's going on, what's wrong with the data, and you use some sort of algorithm to find answers. This is what data scientists do. But at data analyst, what happens after you model the data is you try to visualize the data on dashboards, right? So on dashboards. Now, once you visualize this, so you create some visualizations, right? Something like that, pie charts, and some text, some line, and some tables. You visualize the data, like taking some of the outputs from here, and you visualize the data. And this is where you also communicate with your stakeholders, right? Tell them what you found, why the sales are down, and then look at the dashboard, and they can now take some action on top of your data that we present to them, right? So this is the next step where you visualize and communicate. And the seventh step, once this entire process is set up and the business is getting value out of not only just looking at sales, whether it's gone up or down, but various other information to help them take different critical decisions. Once they have this idea, this entire process is set up for them. They want it on a regular basis, preferably, let's say, weekly, maybe monthly, quarterly, half yearly, yearly, so that they can continue to learn to focus on the business and ensure they make things happen or they are profitable. So that is where you deploy your solution, right, which works in an automated way or a semi-automated way where the business stakeholders get value of it continuously. So there you go, guys. This is what data science is all about. Some of the examples of data science. Some of the examples of data science are, imagine Amazon able to predict when your orders are going to get delivered, right? So this is prediction of delivery date. Then employee attrition, right? Companies want to know beforehand which of their employees are going to iterate, and they can take action on top of that. Then sales prediction. Companies want to stay ahead of the curve and know how they are going to behave in the future so that they can take actions in the present that will impact the future and not let them down when actually that happens. Then you can also predict prices, maybe stock market, and do some forecasting. You can do demand forecasting in retail and know what products are going to be consumed or in demand in the retail store. So you can do some demand predictions. So yeah, these are the areas in which you can apply data science and reap the benefits of applying such wonderful techniques or algorithm to get to a solution to your business problem. Now that you know some use cases, it's your call to take a decision whether or not this particular field is suitable for you or not. In the comment section, please mention the questions that you may have regarding this particular field, and we'll try our best to answer those questions. Thank you.